Is Exness really one of the best brokers out there, or is it all just marketing hype? Well, in today's video, I'm going to give you the full breakdown of Exness Broker, covering everything from regulation to fees to withdrawals to what real traders are actually saying about them in 2025. Now, before we get started, this is not financial advice. I'm just sharing educational content to help you make informed decisions about where to trade. I've been seeing Exness everywhere lately. They're all over social media. They sponsor major trading influencers and they claim to have over 1 million active traders. But the big question is, are they actually as good as they claim to be? Or is there something we need to be cautious about? Well, today we're going to find out the reality behind all the marketing. This is episode 3 of a series where we dive deep into crypto and trading products to see if they're actually worth your time and money. I think this is going to be super valuable because choosing the right broker can literally make or break your trading success. Let's get straight into it. Smash a like button if you enjoy this style of content. So, who is Exness? So first, let's talk about who Exness actually is. Exness was founded back in 2008, so they've been around for over 15 years, which is actually pretty solid in the broker world. They're a global Forex and CFD broker that operates in over 190 countries with more than 1 million active traders monthly. They offer trading on currencies, commodities, cryptocurrencies, indices, and stocks through popular platforms like MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and their own Exness terminal. One thing that stands out about Exness is that they process over $4 trillion in monthly trading volume, according to their public reports, which are audited by Deloitte. That's a massive amount of volume. They also claim to have some of the lowest spreads in the industry, especially on gold, and they advertise instant withdrawals with 98% of withdrawals being processed automatically. On paper, this all sounds really impressive, but let's dig deeper into what's actually happening behind the scenes. Per regulation, are they legit? Now, this is probably the most important question. Is Exness regulated and can you trust them with your money? The answer is yes, they are regulated, but it's a bit more complicated than that. Exness operates through multiple entities across different jurisdictions. Their main regulatory licenses include FCA in the UK, SAWA SEC in Cyprus, FSCA in South Africa, and FSA in Seychelles. They also have licenses in Mauritius, British Virgin Islands, and Curaçao. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The FCA and CRCC are considered Tier 1 regulators, which means they have strict standards and strong investor protections. However, Exness doesn't accept retail clients under their UK FCA entity, only professional traders. Most retail traders are actually trading under their offshore entities like Seychelles or Mauritius, which have less strict regulations. This isn't necessarily a red flag because many brokers do this, but it does mean that the level of investor protection varies depending on which entity you're trading under. The positive side is that Exness does offer negative balance protection for all accounts, which means you can't lose more than your deposit even if the market moves against you dramatically. So overall, yes, Exness is regulated and has been operating for over 15 years, which gives them some credibility. But just be aware that most retail traders won't be under the strongest regulatory umbrellas. Trading conditions, the good stuff. Let's talk about what Exness does well, because there are genuinely some good things here. First, their spreads are actually competitive, especially on major Forex pairs and gold. Traders consistently mention that gold spreads on Exness are among the tightest in the industry, starting from around 0.1 pips on their professional accounts. They offer multiple account types ranging from standard accounts for beginners with no commission to professional accounts like raw spread and zero accounts that have tighter spreads but charge a small commission. This flexibility is actually pretty good because it caters to different trading styles and experience levels. Another major positive is their withdrawal system. Exness claims that 98% of withdrawals are processed automatically and instantly. Many user reviews confirm that withdrawals are indeed fast, often processed within minutes to a few hours, which is really impressive compared to many other brokers that can take days. They also offer unlimited leverage on some account types, which can be appealing to experienced traders, though of course high leverage is extremely risky and can wipe out accounts quickly if not managed properly. Customer support is another strong point, with 24/7 multilingual support available through live chat, phone, and email. Most traders report getting responses within minutes, which is definitely a plus. The problems, what you need to know. Now let's talk about the issues, because no broker is perfect and Exness definitely has some complaints that you should be aware of. First, withdrawal problems. While many traders report smooth withdrawals, there are definitely cases where traders have experienced issues. Some common complaints include accounts being asked for extensive verification documents even after initial verification, withdrawals being rejected due to insufficient trading volume, and in some cases accounts being frozen or funds being delayed. Now, to be fair, many of these cases involve traders who deposited and then immediately tried to withdraw without much trading activity. Brokers have minimum volume requirements to prevent money laundering and bonus abuse, but Exness doesn't clearly publish what these requirements are, which creates frustration. Second, there are scattered reports of price manipulation and stop-loss hunting. Some traders claim that during volatile market conditions, they've experienced unusual slippage or their stop losses being hit at prices that don't match other platforms. Now it's hard to verify these claims because slippage can happen legitimately during high volatility, but is something to be aware of. Third, account verification can be tedious. Multiple traders mentioned that Exness requires extensive documentation and the verification process can take longer than expected, especially for larger withdrawal amounts. Fourth, their product range is actually quite limited compared to some other brokers. They focus primarily on Forex with over 100 currency pairs, but their stock CFD offerings are much more limited. So if you're looking to trade a wide variety of stocks, Exness might not be your best choice once user reviews what traders are saying. Looking at reviews across multiple platforms, Exness has a pretty mixed reputation. On Trustpilot, they have a 5-star rating with over 22,000 reviews, which looks impressive. Many positive reviews mention fast withdrawals, good customer service, tight spreads, and a user-friendly platform. However, on Forex, Peace Army, and other independent review sites, you'll find more critical reviews. Common complaints include withdrawal difficulties, account verification issues, feeling like the trades were manipulated, and poor communication from support during problems. The truth is probably somewhere in the middle. Many traders do have positive experiences, especially if they're trading actively and following the rules, but there are definitely edge cases where traders have had serious problems. And so, is Exness worth it in 2025? My honest assessment. Exness is a legitimate broker that has been around for over 15 years and serves over 1 million traders. They offer competitive trading conditions, especially for Forex and gold traders, with tight spreads and fast execution. However, they're not perfect. The fact that most retail traders are under offshore regulation is a concern, and there are enough complaints about withdrawal issues and account problems that you need to be cautious. If you're an active trader who plans to trade regularly with decent volume, Exness could be a solid choice, especially for Forex. Their spreads are competitive and withdrawals are generally fast for active traders. But you're a casual trader or someone who might deposit and withdraw frequently without much trading activity, you might run into issues with their minimum volume requirements. My advice would be to start small if you decide to try Exness. Test their platform, test their withdrawal process with a small amount, and only scale up if everything goes smoothly. Never put all your funds with one broker, always diversify. Overall, I'd say Exness is worth considering, but they're not without risks. Do your own research, read the terms and conditions carefully, and make sure you understand their withdrawal policies before depositing. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this breakdown, smash the like button and let me know in the comments which broker you'd like me to review next. Remember, this is just educational content. Always do your own research and never risk more than you can afford to lose. I'll see you in the next video. Have a lovely day. Peace out.